Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am continuing the thought of what's inside of us reflects outside. And I thought I would share a story with you. So years ago, I took a course to learn how to coach. And in that class, I had to be coached as I was coaching other people. And my coach was a phenomenal coach. So the first time in our class, she gave us the book, Taming Your Gremlins. And I remember reading that book and thinking, oh my goodness, this is my gremlin. This is the thing that voice in my head that's negative, that tries to hold me back. And the thing I think that surprised me the most was I was in a room with super successful people, super successful in their areas of expertise. And because when you're struggling with that internal dialogue, it often feels like you're the only one. And so my internal dialogue, not enough. Okay. We were paired up because we were practicing these coaching skills of really digging in and understanding what was holding someone back so we could help them discover their way to move forward. And the gentleman that I was paired up with had super successful business, just awesome person in general. And as we're doing the coaching session, he starts tearing up because of this exact same problem of feeling like he wasn't good enough and that he wasn't doing enough. And I remember thinking, if somebody who is that successful can struggle with feeling not good enough, then I need to give myself some grace and figure out how I can get past this feeling of not feeling good enough. And it's not a fast, instant change. I decided I was going to start working on it right then and there. In my coaching sessions with my coach, she gave me more and more books to read because I really, even though I saw it, I read you a little section from There's a Hole in My Sidewalk about change and how that the first time you fall into it, it's not your fault. And then by the end, you recognize when you fall into it and then you can get out faster. And then very end, you just choose a different road to walk down. And so I saw myself doing this. My coach gave me a book. I read it. I'm like, oh, wow, this is really good stuff. And I continued to struggle with that problem of not being good enough. And I don't know when the tipping point was for me, but I can tell you that I had to create a mantra that I corrected myself every single time I had a thought that I was not good enough, or that I was too small, or that I wasn't skilled enough. I had to correct that every time for a long time. And there's still days, to be honest, where I have those kind of thoughts, but because I have that mantra that I created to help replace that negative thought that I was having about myself, I have those thoughts less and less and less. And I think that's the key. The key is discovering, hey, what are my limiting beliefs? What do I believe about myself that's no longer true? And then you move from what are those limiting beliefs that I have, so you're recognizing them, to what do I really want to believe about myself? And I know you might think that sounds crazy, like changing what you believe about yourself, but it made a world of difference for me. And I will be forever grateful that I went through a coaching course to learn how to coach other people and grew and developed and became a better version of myself through that process. So, what is it that you believe about yourself that is not true? What should you be replacing it with? And then start, every time you start to have that thought of, I'm not good enough, say, no, that is no longer true. My new truth is, and then say what your new truth is. And it can make a world of difference in how you feel about yourself and how you present yourself in business. And it's so important. If you want to be taken seriously in business, you have got to have confidence. And fake confidence only gets you so far. You have to feel it real deep inside. I call it your core. Your core has to believe whatever it is that you're trying to portray to the world. Because when your core believes it, your body language shows it, your words that you choose show it, how you present yourself in meetings show it, the way that you interact with people show it. All right, embrace your journey, and I'll see you next week.